Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm trying here to show you how to use the assignment, and we'll talk about the different types of variables. So let me start with visual logic here. Select visual logic, continue, and I'll select my license. Here we go. So I'm going to start with just assign a variable like x equal to 3. As simple as that. Then if I want to output this, it would be x equal to, this will appear as it is, then I will put plus x. So the difference between this x and this x is this x, because this between the quotation, it will appear as it is. So it will appear like a word x or letter x followed by equal. But here, because there are no quotation around it, so it would be the value of x, which is at the moment is the 3. So if I run this, it will be simply like x equal to 3. You can add whatever you like another assignment here, and you say x equal to 6. So this means the 6 will replace the contents of x, which is 3. Then if I print it, it will give me equal to 6. Or I will say x equal to x plus 6. This means the old x, whatever in x plus 6, then it would be added and it would be put in the same place, which is the x. So x initially 3. This 3 will go into here, into this x. So 3 plus 6, it would be 9. Then it would be given to the x or allocated to x. Then when I print it, it would be printed like that. If I run it, it will be x equal to 9. This is very simple. From visual logic, it looks very, very basic and simple. But there are a few things we need to add in Java here, because here x is a variable. In visual logic, just to let you understand, you can use just x equal to 3. But in Java, you cannot use a variable without declaration. So you have to declare what's x before you use it. Let us try now to do it. Then we go to I'm waiting to be closed. Okay, then I go to JGrasp here, JCreator, and the same thing here. I'm going to remove all this, remove this as well. As we said, our activities always be in this area. I'll keep the program as it is. So if I say x, if I just want to do the same thing as in visual logic, if I say x equal to 3, then output, which is system.out.println x equal to plus x. Let us see what happened if I try to compile this. If I build it, I will get error here saying, if I double click here, saying, you see, cannot find symbol variable x. X cannot be found. Why? Because it is not declared. So that means x will not be identified. We need to put int x to identify it. Then we put in x3 or whatever we want. If we run it now or compile it, so it is successful now. If I run it, it will give me the result as x equal to 3. I can put here x equal to 6 as before, semicolon, don't forget, semicolon after each statement in Java. Run. See here, we have x equal to 6. Okay. You need only once to declare the variable, then we use it here. What happens if I declare it twice? If I put int here, int x here again. So if I build it, I'll get error message again. Why? Because it's saying x is already defined. So that means we cannot declare the same variable twice. So it would be declared only once. Although we can remove this and put this as declaration for the first one and give it a value, which is called instantiation. It's called initialization. So we initialize the value of the variable. So it's called initialization. Now, let us say here x equal to x plus 6 and run it again. So it will give me the result x equal to 9. Int is not the only variable. There are several types of variables. We can categorize them into 3 groups. Int, or integer type, which contains 4 types. Byte, very small, short, small, int, fine, useful for most of our programs, and long, which is very long number. All these are of integer type. Then we have a float type, which has a decimal point. Examples for these integers like 3, 2, 6, this number, minus 66, and so on. So all these are integers. While the float is, there are 2 types. Float type, it's called a float, and the other type is called double. Both of these use decimal number, but double is bigger than float. So like 2.04 minus 66.0 and so on. Okay. The important part here for all the for all the integers, the int is the most important or the default one. So whenever we need to use integer, we select int unless we want. We don't need smaller because we have plenty of memory, so we don't need to use byte or short. So use always int unless you have very long number, then you use the long. And the default one, or the common one, or the one we use for the float type, is not the float, we use the double, because the double is big enough to handle all our values. So we have now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 2 left. One called character, which is a character type. You can say character type. It's only one, it's called char. And this takes 1 quote, usually, like A, in 1 quote. Only the character in 1 quote, while the string in double quote. And you have C, even you have several things like exclamation, or the other one is the Boolean type. It's called Boolean. Boolean takes 2 values, takes either true or false. So this is for comparison. Like I cannot say, it's usually like hell x equal to 1, or x greater than 2. This return to me like Boolean, like true or false, or x less than or equal to 4. All these are Boolean. We will look at them when we go to the if statement. Okay, so of course these are not part of programming, so just to show you and for explanation. And thank you for